I wanted to take a few minutes to introduce you guys to the expectation for the Module 1 discussion. So I know that that is due tomorrow. The initial post is due tomorrow, and I know that that doesn't give you a lot of time to utilize this video. However, I wanted to make sure that we did review it and make sure that you guys understood what needed to be done. Now, those of you that have already submitted, if you listen to this video and you realize there's something you want to add, you have until tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. to make those changes, just like everybody has until tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. to make the post. So as you can see, Module 1 discussion is about the OT practice framework. So you're going to be looking at your OT practice framework and you're going to identify an occupation. And so I want you guys to remember, you're not just looking at an area of occupation, you're looking at a specific occupation. So if you say ADL or IADL, you need to be more specific. So are you talking about dressing? Are you talking about caring for a child or caring for a pet or that type of thing? So make sure that you're specific, especially if you're identifying something that's a broad area of occupation like ADL or IADL. Then you also need to talk about a performance skill that you do that you feel you perform well, and one that you have difficulty performing. Then in what way for both the occupation and the performance skills identified. So what that's saying is you're going to identify the occupation or the performance skill that you feel you perform well, one you don't, and then essentially you're going to tell me why. So why do you do one well? Why do you feel you have difficulty with the other? Then how do these occupations or performance skills impact your mental health and in what way? So then you're going to make sure that you identify the context. So are there certain personal or environmental contexts which you function better in? And then maybe are there some that you don't? And how do those affect your mental health? You're also going to look at performance patterns. So do you have any specific habits, routines, rituals that you utilize? And if so, describe them and discuss whether or not they're healthy or unhealthy coping skills, and then why you feel that way. Then you're also going to look at the client factor's mental functions, and you're going to identify one client factor under the mental functions under the specific or global that you would like to improve. Then I want you to tell me why you want to improve in that area, and then how your mental health is affected by that client factor. Again, I want to point out that your initial post is due on Thursday, that's tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Then you're going to respond to two of your peers by Sunday at midnight. Then, when you're doing your response, guys, please make sure that you utilize the 2+2 feedback, where you're going to give two compliments and two suggestions or questions or requests that will give you elaboration. So, what those are going to do when you do that, you're giving some positive, but then you're also opening things up to continue the conversation or the discussion, and that's really what we want. You also want to make sure that you're utilizing APA citations for each response, not just your initial post, but also your peer responses. None of these responses should be completed without referencing your OT practice framework, which means that at least your OT practice framework should be listed in your reference list and in your in-text citations. If anybody has any additional questions, please feel free to reach out and let me know. Otherwise, I look forward to reading your initial posts tomorrow.